Do you know about the tragic sinking of SuperFerry 14? Let's travel back to the early morning of February 27, 2004. SuperFerry 14, a majestic vessel, was ready to embark on its regular voyage from the bustling port of Manila to the charming city of Cagayan. The air was filled with excitement and anticipation. The ship, a beacon of modern sea travel, was alive with the hustle and bustle of 899 passengers and crew members. Voices of families, friends, and solo travelers melded into a symphony of human connection, each person looking forward to the journey ahead. Echoed off the walls, children scampered around, and the scent of sumptuous meals wafted through the corridors. It was a day like any other, a picture of normalcy and routine, but beneath the surface of this jovial atmosphere, a sinister shadow was lurking. Did they know? A tragedy was about to unfold. Unbeknownst to the crew and the passengers, danger was lurking. The threat came not from stormy seas or mechanical failure, but from a terrorist organization known as Abu Sayyaf. This group, infamous for its brutal tactics, had hatched a nefarious plan. They had managed to smuggle a bomb on board, a deadly weapon cunningly disguised as an innocent television set. This device was not placed in a conspicuous spot. Rather, it was cleverly tucked away in the lower decks of the ship, amidst the hustle and bustle of the SuperFerry 14. As passengers laughed, shared stories, and reveled in the journey, the bomb lay silently in wait, its deadly intent masked by the mundane appearance of a commonplace appliance. The vessel moved ahead, cutting through the waves with grace and power, completely unaware of the lethal secret it carried within its belly. All was calm on the surface, but a deadly time bomb was ticking away below. Just as the sun began to set, an explosion shook the SuperFerry 14. The tranquility of the evening was abruptly shattered as a violent blast tore through the lower decks. Passengers were thrown into a state of chaos and confusion. The explosion was sudden, unexpected, a monstrous interruption to an otherwise peaceful journey. The lower decks, once filled with the hum of human activity, were now a scene of devastation. The force of the explosion had ripped apart the ship's innards, leaving a gaping wound. Panic surged like a tidal wave, sweeping through the vessel as passengers realized the extent of the disaster. And then, the fire began. It started as a spark, a small, glimmering ember birthed from the explosion, but it quickly grew, fueled by the ship's own structure. The flames danced and twirled, casting eerie shadows as they consumed the ship. Smoke billowed, choking the air and obscuring vision. In the middle of the sea, with a ship on fire, survival became a desperate battle. While the flames consumed the ship, passengers fought for their lives. Amidst the chaos and terror, stories of bravery emerged. Crew members, at great personal risk, guided passengers toward lifeboats, helping to save countless lives in the process. But not everyone was fortunate. The tragic loss of 116 lives cast a somber shadow over the heroic acts of the day. As dawn broke, rescue teams arrived, battling the flames and searching tirelessly for survivors. But the nightmare was far from over. The investigation that followed would reveal a chilling plot, a deliberate act of maritime terrorism. As the world looked on in shock, questions began to surface. How could this have happened? Who was responsible? And how could such a tragedy be prevented in the future? The SuperFerry 14 disaster remains one of the deadliest maritime terrorist attacks in history. The echoes of this horrific event continue to reverberate, a sobering reminder of the devastating impact of terrorism. The sinking of SuperFerry 14 left a lasting impact. In the wake of this maritime disaster, the world woke up to the grim reality of threats at sea. The culprits, members of a ruthless terrorist group, were eventually captured and brought to justice, their actions condemned by the international community. The incident triggered a significant overhaul in maritime safety regulations. Governments and agencies worldwide tightened their scrutiny, investing in sophisticated technologies and rigorous training to detect and prevent such threats. The maritime world became a safer place, but the cost was high. For the survivors, the trauma remains, a haunting reminder of that fateful day. Their stories of loss, survival, and resilience continue to echo, shaping the narrative around maritime safety and terrorism. The tragic sinking of SuperFerry 14 serves as a stark reminder of the devastating effects of terrorism and the importance of vigilance and preparedness. It is a call to action, a plea for peace, and a testament to human resilience in the face of adversity.